Have you seen an improvement from United after a pretty bad week?
I think Matt Holland said it's not a blockbuster,
Yeah.
which is not. But yes, absolutely much, much better, much more impetus, much more fight, and much more togetherness. And I think it's quite positive from what I've seen in the first 45 minutes.
The biggest talking point, United have had the ball in the back of the Fulham net. Scott McTominay thought he'd scored, but it was ruled out for subjective offside involving Harry Maguire. Now, VAR would have put a line down on this when they looked at it. But if you look at number 5, Harry Maguire, they're highlighted. As the ball goes in, Sean, he motions to go for the ball. And no matter what happens afterwards, it's almost irrelevant. But you can see that attempt, and that makes, essentially his positioning illegal in football terms.
Yeah, like you said, within the rules, that's offside. But for me, I still think it's a little bit harsh. You're always going to make an attempt for the ball, and we've seen a situation last year, I think, in a derby. Rashford scores that goal. He's gone for the ball. Offside's not given. They score the goal. So that is way less than that situation.
You have a right smile on your face.
I've just learned something new. You should learn something new every day. I've never heard the term subjective offside before, so I'm taking that into my future life. I think it is. It's the rules. So yeah. Fine, I accept that. I'm thinking about the guys who sat in that stadium there. They haven't got a clue what's going on. I'm thinking about football fans who loves football, and we're talking about, little inches. We actually said, they put the line up when the ball's already travelled away from Eriksen's foot. In this incident, it didn't matter because he was still offside in terms of the rules. But is it really what we want in football? How long was it? 2.5 minutes? Do we really want that?
Well, we've already had we've had an instance of this already this season where a goal has been ruled out because of a subjective call by the on-pitch referee. Let's talk to Dermot Gallagher, who's the font of knowledge, of course, on all these things. He's in the match centre. So, Dermot, tell us more about subjective offside.
Well, it's got to be ruled by the referee because the ball's come across. You see here, Maguire in offside position, not an offence in itself, which I say many, many times. So the assistant has to wait to see where it goes. What I would say in defence to the assistant, very, very difficult to tell who's onside, who's offside there. It goes to Garnacho, back to McTominay in the net. The assistant doesn't flag offside. The VAR looks very, very difficult what we're looking at. This is the one. You can see Maguire, without doubt, 100% goes to play the ball. Doesn't get the ball, we know that, but he goes to play the ball, and that's one of the tick boxes. Does he challenge for the ball? Does he make a clear and obvious attempt to play the ball? He does.
Does it matter how far Maguire is away from touching the ball? Does that play into to the judgment?
A little bit, Peter, but what you would say is very close to the ball, and on this occasion he's clearly gone to play the ball. There's no doubt whatsoever about that. When you see the image, that last one, this is the one. You can see there, he's clearly gone to play that ball. So therefore, Sean Massey, the AVR, would have fed back to Jared Gillett, VAR. In my opinion, he's clearly gone to play that ball. Because it's a subjective decision, the referee has to go to the screen. John Brooks goes to the screen, he sees that image, disallows the goal. Yeah. 100% correct in law. Because
offside, clearly, when it comes to VAR, is cut and dry. In this occasion, it's all about the interpretation.
Absolutely, and does he impact? It's got to be down to the referee's decision.
OK. Dermot, thanks very much indeed. So, one controversial point. Late drama then at Craven Cottage. Bruno Fernandes scores a 91st minute winner against Fulham to help alleviate some of the pressure on the Manchester United boss, Erik ten Hag. Comes at just the right time after what was a hugely turbulent few days for the club in a game where Fulham had the bulk of the shots on goal, 18 compared to United's 12, although 18 of the 18, 2 are on target compared to United's 5. And it's United who come away with exactly what was needed for the players, the coaching staff and for their supporters. How do you reflect on it now that the dust is settling?
It isn't great football, and it's not what we, as Man United fans, what we expect to watch every game. But a win is a win, and it's been very, very difficult for the team to get those wins. So I think at the moment we accept and we take whatever we get. Football is very much about building on momentum. So hopefully this is a good start. It was one in a Manchester United kind of way, where the winning goal came late. And I know from being in that position, you hit bad spells, and then you end up winning. The next game you win in a scruffy way, but it builds that momentum, it builds that belief. They're going to Copenhagen, as I said before. They're going to Copenhagen on Wednesday. They're going to play a game on a terrible pitch. It's a game they absolutely must win. I mean, if they don't win that game, it's very difficult to see them progress in the Champions League. So to have won this game and bringing that into the next one, that's fantastic. And you can see on the pictures we saw there what it meant to Bruno, what it meant to the manager. That win is something that they can, start a new period from. So let's hope it's more wins in the future.
Let's have a look at the all-important moment then. Bruno Fernandes in the first minute of injury time. Fair to say, Peter, they capitalised on some pretty generous defending.
Well, first of all, Pellistri is doing something that we don't see very often from Man United when Anthony plays. He's going on the outside. Okay, he loses the ball. There's a bit of luck involved, a bit of kamikaze defending, not clearing the ball well. It ends with Bruno. Bruno's actually playing a very difficult pass to Scott McTominay, who loses the ball, and then again he comes in. But this is brilliant, by the way. The way he sees it, he passes it on the wrong side of Reed in terms of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper can actually... Leno gets a hand to the ball, but when we look at it from this angle, first we see that pass. That's a difficult pass, by the way. But when he gets the ball back, that little dummy, and then on the outside of Reed, goalkeeper's got no chance. He won't be able to see the ball until it's past him.
I have to agree. I think that finish there was an excellent finish. I think when I said about moments of brilliance, they had a lot of that last season. You haven't seen too much of that individual brilliance win them games, apart from the Dalot against Sheffield United and now Bruno in a game like this, which, like we all said, for me was a must-win or a game they had to come away with something. And you saw that in respects of when Ten Hag brings on Varane in a few minutes to shut up shop and win that game. So I think it was an important win leading into the games they got coming up. And you would imagine that the home game against Luton, they win that game comfortably, and then they go into the international break with 2 Premier League wins in their bag, and then you can kind of build from there.
Yeah, what a way then for Bruno Fernandes to mark his 200th appearance for Manchester United in all competitions. We should give credit as well, should we not, to André Onana in the United goal in that second half?
I think he played. Just on Bruno, I don't think it's a coincidence he played a good game today. He was back in that number 10 role, and I think that's really important. And I hope Ten Hag has take notice of that being in there, he can actually have an impact on everywhere on the pitch. Whereas when he's on the right-hand side, it's difficult for him because he's that kind of player. He likes to get involved. And we saw it right from the goal. He had the energy to go and chase, and he got his teammates doing the same thing. But when a team is in a kind of a crisis and not playing well, you need individuals to step up. And in those moments, Onana also stepped up. The 2 shots, it came very, very close to. First, the shot where he saved, and it was a corner, and then from the corner, a bit of kamikaze defending as well for Man United. But then he saved that as well. And it's important that these players are stepping up. I mean, they've been brought in. Onana's been brought in this season for quite a lot of money. He's already made some impact in the Champions League by saving that penalty against Copenhagen. And today, again, he made 2 big saves and in a way saved his team 2 points.
Yeah. I mean, this is a real show of character, and this is Onana's input. I mean, they are quite unorthodox saves, some of them. I mean, the way he parries this towards the middle of the goal. I mean, Peter, what do you think? Do you think these are unorthodoz?
That is your word. It's a save.
Yep. But you tell me
how you save it.
Is that how you would have dealt with it?
I wouldn't be able to say that now. The most important thing here is he stops the ball from going in the back of the net. And however he's doing it, it doesn't really matter. And especially at this point, So if you go back these 3-4 weeks, every time there's been an opportunity for the opponent, the ball has ended up in the back of the net. So defenders, they kind of lose confidence in themselves, they lose confidence in the goalkeeper, and they go, not again. But this time around, it didn't go in the back of the net. He saved them, and it gives him something, the same as Harry Maguire, who was so fantastic today, will have given Onana a lot of confidence, because he can adjust his game to a player who will sort out that. Then I don't have to do it. So the players are building on each other's confidence and performances, and Onana was called up on today, and he stepped up, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get some post-match reaction then from Craven Cottage. A few moments ago, Jules Breach spoke to both Scott McTominay and match winner Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, Scott, Bruno, congratulations. Listening to those Manchester United supporters behind you, how much did you need that win?
Oh, everyone knows the situation is not the best. We lost the last 2 games, wasn't the performance we want to give, and the results, obviously. But today it was a different game. We had to deliver something different, and we deliver. We get the 3 points, and it's the most important.
Could that goal from you just be the catalyst to turn things around for Manchester United?
Oh, no, it's about the team. It's about what everyone does on the pitch. Was a game where everyone sacrificed, everyone ran, everyone worked harder. And even on the goal, you could see the reaction of the players trying to get the ball here around the box. Is that makes the goal.
Scott, you said before the game you needed to fight like dogs to get a result. How much of a fight was it out there?
Yeah, it shouldn't just be this game, and obviously we can't get too carried away, but yeah, sometimes whenever everyone's against you and you've got to do it your own way and you've got to come together and fight like dogs, that's sometimes what you've got to do. But as I say, it's a building block, and I thought we did more than enough to win the game in the end.
What did you make of the overall performance?
I think it was a good performance. We could create more chances, but I think we had some good chances. First half, I think we have the control of the game. Second half was more divide the game, but I think at the end the biggest chances was always on our side, and I think we deserve the win.
You talk about the fight, Scott. There was a banner in the away end here earlier saying, play like you mean it. How does that feel for you guys as players when your own fans are questioning the commitment and effort that you're putting in?
Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen the banner before the game. And a few of us said, you know what, like the fans pay good money to come watch every week, and the support is relentless towards us every single week. And we just want to repay them as best we can. Things aren't going the best at the moment, but like you say, it's a building block, step by step. And with the manager and the coaching staff, we trust them a lot, we trust the players. And I feel like we can go on and kick on and do better.
How much can this build the confidence ahead of what is a crucial game in the Champions League on Wednesday night in Copenhagen?
Oh, it has to build the confidence, but at the same time, we have to understand that we still can do better, we still can deliver, we can do much more. And I think the team understand now that it's about to getting results every time that we have a chance to play. And we know now Champions League is too important for us to get the 3 points. Difficult game away, but we are Man United and we have to win every game.
How do you work on that confidence if the results aren't coming consistently, Scott?
Yeah, like I say, just try and pick each other up whenever things aren't going as well. You need confidence. Players need to feel like there's love, some different. Some need a rocket up the backside sometimes. That's just the way football is. Everyone reacts different to the different types of management. And I feel like with the captain and obviously the other senior players, I feel like we've got players who know the dressing room well to bring everyone together and go on and do better, you know?
Well, Bruno, you're the man of the match today. Your goal won the game for your team. Congratulations. Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Well, I can tell you Peter's not particularly happy with Bruno Fernandes being up man of the match. I know you thought Harry Maguire...
No. I really, really think he stepped it up today.
Yeah.
And we saw some of the Bruno Fernandes that we really, really want to have in terms of performances. He played really well. I just feel that Harry Maguire today was so good. And we're just talking about who had the most in this game. And in reality, Fulham had the best chances and the best opportunities.
Yeah.
But every time they had one, Harry Maguire came in between and sorted it out.
So you mentioned the key fixtures before the next international break, that being against Copenhagen and then Luton at Old Trafford. But beyond that, when they come back later in the month, Everton, Galatasaray away, which is always quite a character-building fixture, shall we say, Newcastle, Chelsea, Bournemouth, Bayern. What does the 3 points today mean going into that group of fixtures?
Oh, my God. If they hadn't got the 3 points today, they would be reading about, they'd be listening to, they would be watching on TV how bad they are, and it would be emphasised and doubled. And, you know, today, it wasn't a great game. But when you don't play well and you win, it gives you something extra. And it stops some of the critics. You know, today, for instance, no one can say that Bruno Fernandes isn't a good player and didn't live up to his responsibility as a captain, because today he did. So he can take this win and his performance and bring that to the next game with confidence And we talked about it before, the confidence, you know, the momentum built the confidence, and it's just massive for Man United to in this period to get those 3 points. And we've got 2 more opportunities before the international break. If you don't get the points, then you go away to that international break, and you have this sense that when you come back, you have to pick it up. Right now, they're on the right track.
Congratulations on the win, Erik. Just tell us, how big a goal was that for you, and how has that affected the mood in the dressing room?
Clear. We scored in the beginning and we scored in the end. But if you score in the end, away from home, it's always the best moment if you make the other difference, because for the opponent is then almost no time to get back.
And a massive goal from your captain, Bruno Fernandes. He stepped up in the Burnley game as well, which followed a defeat against Bayern Munich. What do you say to those people who have questioned whether he should be Manchester United captain?
I don't understand it, because so everyone have his mistakes. No one is perfect, but he's doing a lot of things very good. And he showed every time as a captain he's an example. He's, as you see today, how he's working, how he's pressing. And then in the end he's scoring a goal, and so he's massive important for us.
I saw some comments from you prior to this game in the press conference mentioning about the playing style. I'm really interested to find out how long before we see a team that you can say this is the way I want to play, because at the moment consistently we're not seeing that yet, and I think you would probably agree with that. When will we see a team that you go, this is the exact style of an Erik ten Hag team?
Yeah, but I think with all the respect, didn't we see it last season?
Last season I saw it, but this season we haven't.
No, but no, anyone knows why. Because we have so many injuries. Every time you have to swap, you have to make changes, then the routines are not there. And that is what you see in this moment in our team. And then you have to be more pragmatic. But I also always said, it's not an excuse not winning games. Even if the players are not available, you can't play in a row with the same team. Because the quality is there. Also today, all the games are good players, but they have to play many more games after each other in the same lineup, and then you get the routines in, and then we will play better.
Can I ask you, Erik, the character that the players showed today, you must be very, very proud. Particularly, I thought Harry Maguire was outstanding today. You know, a player that's been questioned a lot, but he defended so well today, didn't he?
I think not only defended.
Yeah, with the ball.
He was also, with the ball, very good progressive passing. Very good diagonal passing through the many passes through the lines. So it was a very good performance. I totally agree.
Yeah.
What does that say about his character? Because he's played 6 straight games for you now, and he's a player that some had actually written off at Man United.
But I always have said he can do it. But last year we had very solid combinations in that centre, and he didn't have the chance to play. But all the times he played, he did okay. And now he has a chance, and I said to him, well, you do well, you stay in.
Yeah.
Can I ask you as well, the referee wanted him checked at one point in the game. They felt he looked dizzy on there. Can you just tell us what happened from your point of view, and whether everything was fine?
Yeah, I heard he had a hand injury, and that hurts him. And so he needs some treatment, and so that was the issue.
With the consistency of this team now and getting a consistent lineup now, do you think you guys can start climbing the league with the players that you've got within this squad?
I'm sure we can do, and I'm sure we will improve. And if we get players back, and now there are some players back, and I think today it was a solid performance. And you see, you see a base and a foundation where we can improve on.
I think now is all we spoke about before the game, didn't we? About performances. Is it about now? You just need results, don't you? I think in these moments it's just about 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, and then the performances can come.
You know as well, you need performance, and then the points will come. And so I always want to improve the process, and then the points will come. But yeah, sometimes you have to go more pragmatic, and that is what we did the last weeks. But today I think it was absolutely improvement also on performance.
I'm sure you agree. Scott McTominay's playing very well at the moment. He gives you lovely balance in the midfield when he plays, doesn't he?
I think his midfield today that was well set up. What you say, there was a good balance, and between the three, and also after Mason came in. So that's good. We need the players, and I'm sure with this midfield balance, we can go on.
Erik, there's no let up now. Another huge game in midweek. How are you feeling now? What does that do for confidence going into that game against Copenhagen?
Yeah, but at Man United you have to win every game. So come on. So we will take 24 hours and then we go to the next game, and that is the routines we are in.
That's
We
the
wish you
job.
the very best of luck. Well
Thank
done
you.
today.